Episode 6 of Idol I arrives at a crucial emotional crossroads, where affection, obsession, and professionalism finally begin to collide head-on. After episode 5 quietly shifted the balance between Mang Se-na and Do Araik, this episode leans into the consequences of that closeness, and the damage it inflicts on everyone orbiting them. Picking up after the accident in episode 5, Araik's emotional dependency on Se-na becomes harder to ignore. The way he shielded her without hesitation, stayed by her hospital bed, and followed her lead afterward no longer reads as gratitude, it feels personal. Episode 6 sharpens that shift. Araik is no longer just leaning on Se-na as his lawyer, he's clearly anchoring himself to her emotionally, even possessively, blurring lines that were already dangerously thin. The piano scene crystallizes this tension. What should be a tender, romantic moment instead feels loaded with imbalance. Araik playing for Se-na isn't just affection, it's a declaration. For Se-na, who has spent years loving him safely from a distance as a fan, the intimacy is overwhelming. Her hesitation says everything. This is the fantasy she once dreamed of, but now it comes with real-world consequences she can't control. That unease deepens when the episode pivots sharply from romance to confrontation. The warmth evaporates, replaced by guarded glances and Se-na's tearful restraint. Araik's demand for explanation signals a turning point. The idol who once withdrew from everyone is now asking for emotional accountability. The shift is unsettling, especially given his unstable position in the murder case. Meanwhile, Hong Hae-ju continues to loom like a shadow over every interaction. Episode 6 builds directly on the humiliation she suffered in episode 5, when Araik rejected her and chose Se-na instead. Rather than exploding, Hae-ju recalibrates, and that restraint is far more threatening. Her obsession no longer feels romantic, it feels strategic. Every look she gives carries calculation, every silence heavy with implication. Choi Ye-Jin's performance remains the episode's sharpest edge. She doesn't compete for screen time, she dominates it through presence alone. Hae-ju's unresolved love, entitlement, and resentment bleed into every scene, reminding us that her testimony, her proximity to the crime, and her emotional volatility are all deeply intertwined. Structurally, episode 6 thrives on contrast. The show intentionally juxtaposes romantic intimacy with legal danger, forcing viewers to question whether Se-na is protecting Araik, or losing objectivity entirely. Her role as a lawyer begins to fracture under the weight of her feelings, and the episode doesn't shy away from how irresponsible that could become. By the end, Idol I feels less like a courtroom mystery and more like an emotional pressure cooker. Episode 6 doesn't advance the murder case dramatically, but it does something arguably more important. It exposes how every character is acting from unresolved desire rather than reason. And in a story built on obsession, fans, fame, and love, that emotional recklessness feels like the most dangerous clue of all.